Hello, hello, hello. Glad you're here. You know?
Thank you. See.
So, how are you doing with your mandatory assignments?
I've been working on them, but it's kind of hard to get all the information,
Mhm.
like the what's it called? Like the coordinators and the transitioners or whatever they call.
Mhm. Okay, so I sent those to your Job Corps email.
Mm-hmm.
You have everything that you need for um, you have everything for CTS contact information. You have everything for CTR contact information. The only thing that you might not have is um, possibly information like are you aware of all your certifications that you have currently?
Oh yes.
Okay, perfect. So you're gonna have everything that you need. I make it a point right before you guys start the class um, to do all that legwork, so you don't have to search for it or ask anyone else.
Yeah.
So and you're supposed to get it from me. So have you checked your email lately?
Maybe I have to. Maybe I was searching in the wrong spot for it, probably, because I have been checking it.
Okay. Are you going to be? Do you know how to do the what is it? The PDF portion of that transition guide? Or you know how to do like an e-signature?
Yes, sir. See, look, this is
Perfect.
what I have done. I'll show you.
Hmm.
Uh, See, all this, I just couldn't find these. I didn't know what these were.
Okay.
Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of guessed on that one, but I filled it all out. I just left the ones that I couldn't find blank.
Hmm. So anything like pertaining to like your information, you can certainly put it on there. If you don't know the CTS and all that stuff, I can help you
Yeah.
put that on there.
All right.
Um, I just the most important aspect I believe of that is, your answers. Your answers to each section, because those are the things that are going to help the CTS provider, um, be knowledgeable about your career path. The more they know, the better they're going to be in adjusting to help you once you're ready to look for that job, once you're ready for placement and stuff. Some students they'll get job leads from the CTS
Mm-hmm.
provider. They'll do the application, they get hired, and then the CTS person will start working on other parts of your career path or other transitional resources.
Yeah.
The more we help them, the better that they can help us.
All right.
So, so yeah,
Uh,
certainly do all your answers. If there's items that you're unsure about, then
yeah.
we can have a one-on-one after the session, and I can
All
provide
right.
those answers for you. Okay.
Okay.
All
Because
right.
here's last thing was finding a job. I haven't really been doing any job searching lately, and
Mhm.
I don't have all of my certifications, so I don't actually know what job I should like find right now.
Mhm. Well, I think what we should be doing in the aspect of um, it's more like research. It's
Yeah.
more research than actually applying.
All right.
So if any of those questions, which I know there's some, would relate to like jobs that you're interested in, they want to
Mm-hmm.
know like if you have certain companies out in the area where you have preference to work for them. Like let's say I don't know. Let's say you wanted to work at a hospital, nearby, or you wanted to work for Best Buy or Apple or
Mm-hmm.
something, or another. Being aware of those companies is going to give them a leg up because, the CTF providers are constantly looking for partnerships, job leads. They're supposed to have all those things steady and ready to go for in the event, you need a job right then and there that's in your
Mm-hmm.
trade. They have that information. But again, if they don't know of the companies that you're interested in, then they're not going to be able to build those partnerships. You
Yeah.
follow me?
Hmm.
So it's it really comes down to just all our our teamwork, our communication. Because without your answers, your detail, it's it's not going to help me help you. And when it comes down to their leg work and their time, they're going to be playing catch up. There's going to be
Yeah.
so much they have to try to figure out. So that's why one, we have this class to understand kind of like how our system works, but then also to make sure that each and every student has that uh, the information related to applications, interviewing, resumes, and all that stuff. We got to make sure, if you already know how to do it, show us. If you don't,
All right.
let us advise you on that. But I'm glad you started that. I want to make sure that you certainly get that out to me today.
All right.
So I'm gonna get on with this live session real quick. It's not gonna be nothing hard. It's just making sure that I go over the details once again on the aspect of the transition guide, the presentation.
Yeah.
I'm also going to go through the outline, and what I really am hoping to get into is there's a CTS guide on my in my classroom that everybody should be aware of. So I'm just going to kind of jump into several parts and make sure that everyone, even though not everyone's here, make sure everybody is aware of that information. So
Yes,
anyhow, here
sir.
we go. All right, Mr. Lawyer, it's already past 2 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this live session. It is August 26th of 2020. Let's see. So I'm just going to start off. I'll go ahead and start off with the outline. Make sure everybody is aware of that. I have everything marked in red, which is what I need as soon as possible from every student. Basically, when you're dealing with mandatory information, guys, in the event that you need assistance with computers or hotspots, I know with the verification of address and the distance learning agreement, which are both mandatory, those could be provided to me. And in the event you're needing, that IT equipment, we can certainly make sure that we can get you those things while we're still doing virtual learning. But if we don't have these on file, chances are they're not going to be able to send anything out because your address is not verified, and the agreement is not signed. So if you're needing that kind of assistance, definitely need to make sure that we take care of those while you're in this class. You may not get the equipment while you're in my class. You would possibly get it for your trade. So once you trade, you potentially have that equipment. Now, just to revisit this area with the transition guide questionnaire, this is extremely important. It doesn't come to my department, though it is filtered through my area. I have to have it. That you would be filling out via Adobe Fill and Sign. You're doing off your phone. I believe it's called Adobe Fill and Sign application. Makes it really easy to fill this out. For the most part, if you're not able to do it via phone or you don't have a computer or whatever, I need to know as soon as possible. I can certainly help you by um, taking the information over the phone, possibly doing a one-on-one through here. But this questionnaire absolutely has to be filled out and turned in, because if we don't get this information to the CTS provider, basically they're going to be, walking in the dark trying to figure out how to help you. So help yourself, help me by getting this particular file submitted, so that way we can make sure that the CTS provider specialist, they're able to go over it and be prepared for whenever you are ready to graduate, transition out of Job Corps. Now, specifically the grad 90 presentation, that definitely comes back to me. It's certainly going to be something that is very informative for your CTR grad 90 coordinator, which is this is their bread and butter. They utilize this during their panel meetings, which are going to happen next week. This is something that is your project. This is your plans. This is everything that you know that is that is you currently. This is your information. So, as stated earlier, the more we know, the more we can help you out. So, I think it's a very practical way of students relaying their information, their plans, their information, their goals. So the sooner that you get this to us, the better that we can prepare it for those panel meetings and that introduction to your CTR grad 90 coordinator, and whoever else is going to be involved in the panel meetings. So again, this is a very extremely important assignment because that comes to my department, and we're going to be able to record it, evaluate your plans, and advise you on anything that is related to your career pathway. Okay. So moving on from this, let's see. All right. So as I stated earlier, the CTS, CTR information related to your contacts for each of those areas, that information was sent in an email, and I definitely need everybody to make sure that they received it. It went directly to the student Job Corps email. So that's an essential tool that you guys need to make sure that you pull out of the email section, so that way you can have that for each one of these assignments. So okay, so yeah, this particular correspondence went out on Monday, and so that was August 24th. Let me see if there's a time. I'm not seeing any time, but I believe I can resend that if you're not seeing it in your student email. So at some point in time, if you're not seeing it in your student email, make sure you're either emailing me or texting me. Everybody should have my cell phone number to text a reply. Please do yourself a favor, do me a favor, if at that. Make sure that you have those 4 documents that I sent out to your student email. I can't over exaggerate on that. Those 4 important documents are extremely on the stat report in yeah, guide outline. So let's get to that guide. And I just to let you guys know, I do believe I still have the information on how to get your incentives for assignments. If you're looking to get that CSSR rating and more incentive, I definitely think that you should complete your mandatory assignments and try to complete as many additional assignments as possible by the day, so that way I can rate your CSSR scores, high enough for you to get a good incentive. That's something that is, could be useful to you. can hear me. I know you're probably noticing that I'm wearing a mask. I wear a mask actively to advocate the use of one. It's super important that we keep up the practice of doing these things for for the future. We don't know yet as to when we're going to go back to center, but I think it's a good thing to practice wearing one all the time, especially out and about if you're going to stores and whatnot. It's good to practice it all over the place. You constantly hear about the rise and increase of people getting the coronavirus, and I think to myself, we could all use a little bit more practice in wearing these protective items. So I certainly recommend, if you're not wearing them all the time, certainly start practicing to wear them, because whenever we go back on center, you're going to have to wear a mask every single day, no matter where you go. All right. So basically, within this magic guide, it's inviting you, congratulating you on goals. Talks about career transition services, which is, if you happen to hear the terminology CTS team or CTS just by itself, it relates to career transition services. Um, what I want to make sure everyone is aware of is that you don't confuse the two. With your CTR grad 90, that's going to be, certainly Miss Cheetah, Miss Choppa, Miss RC, and your CTS providers. There's quite a few. So make sure that you know the difference. CTR is career transition readiness, and CTS stands for career transition services. So got to make sure that we know the difference in the aspect. Um, if we need certain items after we graduate, after we graduate, those services will be provided by your CTS. And if you graduate and you have your magic, you would also get services by them for up to a whole year. Something good to remember when it comes down to graduation. Obtaining magic and a job. I know there's been certain instances where we have students go work for a great company, and it's for some reason it doesn't last. So they're back on the market for jobs. Well, if if that job placement goes bad and you need assistance in locating an additional company to work for, well, that's where your CTS provider would come in handy. They would again assist you in providing job placement, preparing you, practicing with you, to make sure that you're ready for the second chance at another career related job. So certainly keep that in mind, guys. Very important. So another thing that we got to remember in relation to CTR, we are associated with Magic. So I definitely want you guys to always keep in mind, this related area right here, what the meanings are. I certainly do questions related to this. If you are interested in any information related, I can certainly pinpoint different areas of interest. Now, I know some of these particular items have HTML. Like, for example, this one right here, if you click on it, it'll take you actually to the website. So when you're in this guide, start clicking on some of the items to see if they will take you to a site or additional information. This is gonna be very helpful in the event that you're looking for information, apprenticeship, job, college, back to this. So yeah, each one of these items has these particular buttons that you can click on. Highly recommend that you just give it a shot. Take a look at it to see if you might be interested. I know we have part-time military, which they do assist with some of the same benefits that full-time military people utilize, or the benefit wise, they would get a lot of the same benefits. I believe this is the National Guard. There we are. I know we have. I'm working on getting a very good presentation for the National Guard. I think this is a good backup plan for anyone that can, certainly make the weight, certainly have the skills related. You would have to take, I believe, the ASVAB. If you're already taking that and you have high enough score, I do believe it should be a shoe in for this particular part of Magic. So I would certainly say, do some research on this. And once I'm able to post the video per presentation on this, I would say give it a shot. Like I said, it's a good backup plan. It's not full time; it's part time, but you're still seeing a lot of full time benefits. And I think that's something that I would advise anyone to think about prior to exiting Job Corps. This is something that has been working very well for many of our students. So certainly give yourself the opportunity to consider this.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Does the Army have like some kind of office office assistant jobs or something like that?
Actually, Army and the Army National Guard, they have some of the like most like different types of jobs out there. They're going to have a lot of, I mean, they have various jobs related. Let me see. If if you want the information, um, I can certainly get it for you. Are
All right.
you have pretty high interest in getting a job, through the military in your trade?
Yeah, I'll do something like that.
It would work. You'd be getting. I mean, you would have the potential to expand on your current trade,
Yeah,
possibly have college paid for, and then money in your pocket. And let's
yeah.
see. Looks like we got a message
You know,
for you. Says there are personal men who work office setting. Navy does. Human Air Force has personal men. Yeah, yeah. I agree
that's
with that.
good. Like I never thought about that, but
I think it
I just felt
depends,
like they was running around
which
doing everything. Like, right, right,
um,
right, 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 right.
which area or which branch you want to go into. If you feel um, more close to going into the Army, I would suggest that we have, maybe like a one-on-one with the recruiter, and that
All right.
way you can essentially ask the questions to that person.
Okay,
So
I'll ask some questions and just let me know.
why don't you do this? Why don't you write down your questions
All
already,
right.
and then I'll coordinate a meeting with one of the guys related either to I can probably get someone from the National Guard, which will be able to relay the questions about the full time Army. But
Okay.
yeah, so that I think that would work for you,
All right. Thank you.
most definitely. But yeah, this is a good section of the guide to recognize and to check out. Like I said, in one of my other videos and other sessions, we we well, I revisited advanced training. I'm an advocate for advanced training. I love when my students give themselves the opportunity to gain this level of education. It's, as I state every single time I talk about this section, advanced knowledge, it leads to advanced pay, and I think that's something that everyone could utilize during this time frame. Let's see. You also have records department in the Department of Defense. You can get after service. This is Mr. Milner. I'm just reading his messages. Even during versus time that are GS level, good pay and benefits. Cool. Very good. Appreciate that info. All right. So yeah, I do believe this section also takes you to the drive. I'm not going to mess with that right now. But I do believe on your side, I think mine is tied into a different level of security with Job Corps. So if you do click on this, it should take you to the information related to advanced training. This is my favorite part. Um, let's see. Hey Patrick, what area are you living in again?
Killeen, Bell
Pat,
County, Bell County.
are
Yes,
you able to
sir.
hear me, Patrick? Okay, clean. Okay, clean. All right. So here we go. Has job leads. I know they when they created this, they did a fairly good job when they related the jobs per trade. So okay, there we go. So here's a prime example. Now, if we go to this section whenever we need a like a particular job lead, we already have those existing within this guide. So all we have to do is just come in and check out the particular uh, job placement information. And this one is Safirion, office administrator, customer service. Starting pay is not too bad, 40 hours a week. No,
That sounds
medical
good.
benefits. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Let's see, we have contact, a point of contact person. So this is already established. So let's say we had the, we had a particular interest in this company. You would want to utilize this information within your grad 90 presentation, as well as identifying these companies that you might have interest in. You may or may not.
All right.
Go through that information and utilize strategically. You know, maybe this is one of your backup plans. Maybe one of these companies, or you're close to them, so it would be a shoe and it'd be easy for you to get to work. Why not? You know, but yeah, this could be a potential backup plan for you if in the event you're looking to have job placement right after you graduate from Job Corps. Okay, so
All
good
right.
resource for information. Definitely want everyone to be aware of this. Let's see. Uh-oh. Did I lose the picture? Are y'all able to see the presentation still?
No, I don't see it.
Uh, let's see. Sorry about that. So yeah, this item has quite a bit of information that we have a tendency of overlooking when we're in the class, but I just want to make sure everyone is aware of that. We have tons of information related to job placement, to advanced training. It's all about getting after, asking for it, working with us, having a little bit of patience, so that way we can lead you in the right direction. But every aspect of magic is associated on here, and we're trying our best to make sure everyone has the opportunity at any one of these resources. Um, Now, there's this little section right here in relation to apprenticeships. It's a good area to find more opportunities if you're looking to have an apprenticeship. College, very simple. Put right here, we have all our essential application sites, um, financial aid, certainly an area to find the school, how to apply for admissions. I'm pretty, I want to say I'm pretty thorough with the FAFSA aspect. So if there's anyone that needs assistance with that, I've certainly done quite a few of those. These others, I have yet to really master, this particular technique. But I know with FAFSA, I'm pretty well rounded on that. Um, I, for one, had to do my applications in person, so this may be something I need to practice with someone. But nevertheless, we have every part of Magic here. This guide is a very useful tool. Don't overlook it. Don't forget that we have every part of Magic, every resource associated in here. Um, I do believe I will make before I forget. Right. Here's the additional resources for practice for your FAFSA. Now, another thing is this was our Miss Clemens was our contact for ASVAB prep and testing. She will be leaving at the end of this month. So definitely want to make sure if there's anyone sending information to Miss Clemens, not to do so until we have the replacement or alternate contact for you. So just want to make sure that's clear. Here we go, FAFSA College. And at the bottom, for whatever reason, if you do have any additional questions, comments, or concerns, uh, at a very, extreme high level, Miss Ritter, Suzanne, she's our supervisor. And if in the event it comes down to it, we'll say, you've graduated, you don't know who your CTS person is, or they've changed. You can certainly email Miss Sarita Sanders. Uh, I know for a fact if you still have my contact information, if you happen to graduate, you can certainly email me or text me. I can provide you the details, but this is in the event that I'm not available and you need to contact someone, in relation to any aspect of CTS. You have the information right here as an alternative. Um, that's pretty much all I have for today. I do want to make sure that each and every one of you have an opportunity to one-on-one with myself or possibly with Mr. Milner. Um, we got to make sure that we do the transition questionnaire, 150% correct. Everything gets answered. It's thorough. And again, that it certainly gets submitted to me, to the CTS person, your CTR, Miss Ritter. There's a lot of people incorporated into that into that assignment. Now, if it comes to me, I can help you send that particular file out. But if you don't have it filled out, then we're still at that dilemma. Again, just to revisit, if you need help with that, and we can possibly do it over the phone, I can take your answers down. What I will say is that any of the areas that require your signature, you're gonna still have to do that somehow or another. You're gonna have to get that to me. That is in this; those particular areas are extremely important. You have what you call an ROI, to release of information. If we don't have that, we certainly can't send out information on your behalf. We can't do a lot of things if we don't have that signed. So please make it a very an important plan of yours to get this done. Ask for help. We're here to certainly assist you, accommodate that item. It's coming down to where it's like pulling teeth sometimes with these mandatory assignments. I don't want it that way, guys. I do want to make sure that it's an extremely important aspect of CTR. It is if we don't get that to the other department, it's going to affect them, and it's only going to hurt you. So, in the end, like I said, if you do need any assistance with those assignments, please let us know. But don't wait to the last minute. because we're on deadlines too. We know that everyone is working or potentially working, and they're busy with their life. This is these particular assignments I'm discussing. They're only gonna make things easy for you, okay, or they're gonna make it better for you. So keep that in mind. Mr. Leha, if you do need my assistance, you can certainly you can hang around for a little while longer, and we'll go over some of that information that you have on that guide. I mean, excuse me, on the questionnaire. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right. Well, I'm officially signing out of the live session. I'm going to continue with Mr. Leha, Mr. Milner. If you have other things to do, you can certainly head out of the session.